Hey, you all. If your wife suddenly asks, "Babe, ever thought about opening our marriage?" Trust me, the only thing you need to open is the emergency exit. I'm Jake Miller. 35 years old. A guy who thought he was living the American dream, stable startup job, nice house, and a wife hot enough to be an influencer. But then one day, she said she wanted to spice things up. And me? Instead of getting a pinch of salt and pepper, I got a whole jar of chili dumped on my heart. This isn't just a story about betrayal. It's about how I escaped an Instagram-perfect marriage and reclaimed my self-respect after being cucked 7 times. Before diving into the story, comment where you're watching from and don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the latest stories. Yo, you all. I'm Jake Miller, 35, just a regular tech bro in the suburbs of Seattle. My life? Thought it was as good as an In-N-Out burger, solid startup gig, nice house, and a smokin' hot wife. Brittany Harper, 36, marketing queen who's always scrolling Instagram like she invented it. We'd been married 6 years, feeling like that IKEA ad couple, smooth sailing, no fights over assembling furniture. But turns out, my marriage was shakier than public Wi-Fi. That day, I was in Cascade, throwing a birthday bash for my dad. While FaceTiming Brittany, I caught her swiping something on her phone, giggling like a teen on Tinder. "What you doing?" I asked, playing it cool. She flinched, mumbling, "Oh, just memes." Memes? What kind of memes need left and right swipes? Then, like she was dropping a nuke on my life, she casually goes, "Hey, you ever think about opening our marriage?" Opening our marriage? I couldn't even open a jam jar that morning. My brain lagged for 3 seconds. Brittany kept going, all hyped like she's selling me on a pyramid scheme. "Polyamory's hot, babe. TikTok couples do it, and they're so happy." I wanted to yell, "Happy? I'm happy eating tacos, not adding 3 people to the table." But I just growled, "No thanks. I don't share my wife like I share Netflix." She laughed it off, but her eyes had that scheming glint. Y'all, if your wife brings up open marriage, run. Run fast. That's not spice, it's a whole jar of chili in your face. And I was about to find out, Brittany wasn't just swiping Tinder. She was swiping my whole life. I cut my Cascade trip short, hopped in the car, and sped back to Seattle the next morning. Brittany wanting an open marriage? Fine, but I'm not the kind of husband who sits back while his wife experiments like she's in a chem lab. My brain was spinning, imagining every scenario. Brittany sneaking texts with some dude, or worse, all of Seattle knowing except me. I'm no detective, but Reddit taught me, when your wife pitches polyamory, 99% chance she's already booked a ticket to Cheatsville. Back home, Brittany was at work. The apartment was quiet, clean like an IKEA showroom, but a new unisex cologne smell in the bedroom gave me goosebumps. I snooped through her iPad, yeah, not proud, but I was desperate. In her messages, I found a chat with Chloe, her coworker I met once at a company party and instantly RNA-like, cause she kept yammering about free love. Chloe texted, "Polly's the bomb, Britt. You gotta try it, like me and my hubs, the world knows, and we're still in love." Brittany replied, "Jake won't go for it, but I'm so curious." Curious? Like she's curious about bungee jumping without a cord? That night, Brittany came home in a tight dress like she was auditioning for a Hollywood flick. I was on the couch, pretending to watch ESPN, waiting for her to speak. She breezed by, air-kissed me, then grabbed wine from the kitchen. "Back early, huh? Missed me?" She grinned, all sugary. I cut to the chase, "Britt, what's this open marriage crap? You serious?" She stopped smiling, sat across from me, swirling her wine like a soap opera star. "Jake, I just think we need some spice. You know the TikTok couple? They opened their marriage and love each other more." I nearly choked on my beer. "Spice? Britt, you want salt or a whole football team in our bed?" She frowned, like I was some caveman who didn't get art. "Babe, polyamory's modern. Everyone's doing it. Chloe says it makes couples open, no jealousy." I cut her off, "Chloe? The chick banging half the marketing team while her husband claps? Hard pass." Brittany pouted, "You're so old school, Jake. I just want to try something new." We argued for half an hour, and I finally snapped, "You sneaking around? Tell me straight." She glared, like I'd insulted her whole family. "You think I'm that type?" "It was just a suggestion, Jake. I haven't done anything." But her eyes dodged mine, her hand gripping that wine glass. I didn't buy it. I'm no Sherlock, but her quick switch to talking about the weather screamed red flags. That night, I called Todd, my college buddy, the eternal bachelor who's always bragging about Tinder conquests. "Todd, my wife wants an open marriage. What do I do?" He cackled over the phone. "Bro, get on Bumble. Hook up with all of Seattle. Or, divorce her ass." Todd's advice was like fighting fire with gasoline, but it made me laugh. "Todd, you think I'm Brad Pitt? I just wanna know if she's cheating." He shot back, "If she's talking poly, bro, she's already cheating. Or about to. Bet you a case of Bud Light." Next morning, I played it cool, but my head was full of Brittany texting some dude. I checked her phone while she showered. Yeah, not proud again. But found nothing. Messages clean as my bank account after Black Friday. Either she's innocent, or she's a CIA-level cleaner. I started clocking details: Brittany staying late at work, dolling up more, phone always face down. She kept name-dropping Chloe, like she's warming me up to free love. "Jake, Chloe says poly kills jealousy. Aren't you tired of worrying who I'm with?" I stared, keeping calm. "Brit, wanna kill jealousy? Stop swiping Tinder." She laughed like I'd told a joke. "You're hilarious." "I don't have Tinder, silly." But that smile wasn't real. I knew it. The feeling of a knife in my back grew. Brittany didn't just want spice, she wanted a whole damn restaurant. And me, the dumb husband, was about to become the appetizer. I decided, if Brittany's playing games, I'm finding proof. Not to save us, but to know what I wasted 6 years on. For now, I had to stay cool, at least until I had answers. "Brittany, you wanna play? Fine, but I'm not your pawn." I'm not the paranoid type, but after Brittany's open marriage stunt, I was seeing red flags everywhere, like I was strolling through a street full of warning signs. She kept coming home late, phone always face down, smiling faker than an Instagram filter. I wanted to trust her, I swear, but her poly's modern spiel kept looping in my head like a bad jingle. Then the company hit me with an opportunity: 3 weeks in Germany, working with a big client. Fat paycheck, career boost, but leave now? Felt like leaving Brittany alone in Seattle was handing a mouse to a cat. I wrestled with it for a week, torn like I was picking between IPA and non-alcoholic beer. Todd, as usual, dropped useless advice on Zoom. "Bro, go to Germany. Drink their beer, hit on German chicks, forget Brittany." I glared through the screen. "Todd, I'm trying to save my marriage, not star in Eurotrip." Finally, I said yes, thinking distance might cool things off. Worst mistake of my life. Before boarding, I told Brittany, "Brit, I'm gone 3 weeks. Stay home. Don't do anything stupid, 'kay?" She hugged me, all sweet. "Why you worried? I'm swamped with work." But her eyes had that scheming glint, like she'd just texted the whole team. In Germany, I tried focusing on work, but my mind was stuck in Seattle. Brittany's texts dried up. Week 1, she sent food pics, like, "Check out these tacos, miss you." Week 2, her replies got short: "Uck, busy or you on, so tired." I sent long updates about Berlin, German brews, but she hit back with one word: "Cool." Cool? I'm pouring my heart out, and she's replying like a Twitter bot. Night 10, I FaceTimed her, and she popped up in skimpy PJs, hair messy like she just ran a marathon. "What you up to?" I asked. "Oh, just yoga," she said, but I swear I heard a dude cough in the background. Then, boom. During a midnight call, Germany time, Brittany brought up poly again. "Cool as hell, Jake, polyamory's the future. You're far away, I got needs, you know? Open marriage means you don't worry about me stepping out." I nearly dropped my phone. "Needs? Brit, what you need, Netflix or a Chippendale Squad? I'm not the cuck in your X-rated flick." She sighed, like I'm some backward husband. "Babe, Chloe says poly sets couples free. I just want us happy." I roared, "Happy? You're turning me into a Reddit meme." I hung up, heart pounding. Brittany didn't want spice, she wanted a damn supermarket. I booked an early flight back. No heads up. If Brittany was up to something, I wanted to catch her red-handed. I told my boss it was a family issue and flew to Seattle, my head full of Brittany partying with Chloe and her poly crew. I didn't know what I'd find, but I knew one thing: I was done pretending everything was fine. The plane touched down in Seattle at midnight. I drove home, heart thumping like a war drum. The apartment was pitch black, Brittany nowhere in sight. I flipped on the lights, and it was too clean, like she'd hired a crew to hide her sins. I checked the bedroom, no stray panties or condoms, but that unisex cologne smell lingered. I grabbed Brittany's phone, she left it on the table, But it was clean. Texts, browser history, spotless, like she factory reset her life. Either I'm paranoid, or she's a ninja at covering tracks. Brittany rolled in at 1 a.m., jumping when she saw me on the couch like some mafia don. "Jake? Back early?" She laughed, but it was shaky. "Yeah, missed you," I said, voice cold as my beer. I went straight for it. "Brit, what's with this poly crap? Spill." She sat down, sighing like she's in a soap opera. "Jake, I just want us to try something new. Chloe says poly makes marriage fun." I cut her off. "Fun? Wanna have fun, take a cooking class, not bang half of Seattle." We argued into the night, and I finally snapped, "You cheating? Look at me and answer." Brittany dodged, staring at the floor like a kid caught by the teacher. Then, in a tiny voice, "Jake, I tried it once. With a guy from Chloe's company. No big deal. Once? It felt like a punch to the gut. Once? Brit, you think I'm an idiot? What, you tripped and landed in his bed?" She cried, but I pressed, "Tell me everything. Who? When? How many times?" After dodging, she broke. "It wasn't once, it was 7 times. 3 different guys. 7 times, including one combo with 2 at once." She mumbled, "It's an art form, Jake. Chloe says poly's freedom." I nearly chucked my beer glass at the wall. "Art? Brit, you turned me into a damn abstract painting in your cheating gallery." I barked, voice shaking, 7 times? You going for the cheating Olympics? Got gold yet?" She sobbed harder, but I didn't care. She tried, "I thought you'd join in. I wanted us to do it together." I scoffed, "Join in? I don't share my wife like Pete's." I stormed out that night, dragging my suitcase to Todd's place. He opened the door, saw my face like I'd been hit by a truck. "Bro, what's up? Brittany cheated for real?" I spilled it all, and Todd, instead of consoling, cracked up. 7 times? Who's that good? You gotta get revenge, Jake. Hit Tinder, swipe all of Seattle." I glared. "Todd, you think I'm you? I just want a divorce." Deep down, I needed time. Brittany trashed 6 years of marriage, and I wasn't forgiving. Not for 7 hookups, but for thinking I'd just watch her be free. I crashed at Todd's for days, sleeping on a couch that reeked of beer and chips. Brittany blew up my phone. "Jake, I messed up, come home. And I just wanted spice." "Spice?" She dumped a whole chili jar on my face. I ignored her and got to work. First, I hired a lawyer, Mike, straight out of Suits. I paid extra to fast-track the divorce. I was done with Brittany. Mike nodded. "Want it quick? Cool, but brace yourself, she might play dirty." I smirked. "Dirtier than banging 3 dudes? Doubt it." Next, I rented a small apartment downtown, near work. While Brittany was at her job, I snuck my stuff out bit by bit: TV, gaming chair, even my beloved coffee maker. She didn't notice, too busy with her art of living. She thought I was sulking, that I'd cave. One night, she came home, saw me on the couch, and grinned. "Jake, I knew you'd come around to poly. I'll help you find a girl, it'll be fun." I almost laughed. A girl? I was about to gift her divorce papers. The papers arrived a week later. I waited for Brittany to leave for work, then called a moving service. I cleared out my stuff, sofa, wardrobe, all of it. Brittany's clothes? Dumped on the floor. Not cruel, just satisfying. I left the divorce papers on the kitchen counter with a note, "Have fun with Polly. Sign it." When Brittany got home that night, I was at the door, suitcase in hand. She saw the half-empty apartment, the papers, and went pale. "Jake, you're serious? This a joke, right?" I shrugged. "Nah, Britt. The joke's you thinking I'd share you like Netflix." She cried, dropped to her knees, grabbing my legs. "Jake, I screwed up. I don't want to lose you. I'll stop, I swear." I pulled away. "Stop? After 7 times? Britt, you smashed my world." I walked out, her screams echoing. I wasn't some rom-com hero, just a betrayed husband choosing freedom. A few days later, Mike called. "Jake, Brittany wants a meeting. Says she won't sign unless you talk." I groaned. I didn't want to see her, but Mike said, "Meet her, record it, cover your ass." I picked a quiet cafe in Capitol Hill, emailed Brittany, "Meet at the cafe, I'm recording. Take it or leave it." She begged to meet at home. Home? I'd rather meet in a landfill. I got there, and Brittany was a wreck, puffy eyes, tear-streaked face. She tried to hug me, I dodged, sat across from her. "I'm recording," I said, hitting record. She nodded, voice shaky. Jake, I'm sorry. I was stupid, selfish. Thought Polly would bring us closer. I nearly laughed. Closer? You banged 3 guys 7 times and call it closer? Brit, what movie you living in? She sobbed, but I pushed. Spill it. Who, when, why? Her voice broke as she spilled. Chloe hooked her at a work party, making out with an intern in front of her husband. Brittany got curious, hit up Chloe, and got sold on Polly. She started with the intern, thinking I'd join in cause I loved her so much. While I was in Germany, she experimented with 2 more guys, 7 times total. It meant nothing, Jake. I love you, she cried. I stared, ice cold. Love? You turned me into a clown. 7 times, Britt. Including a 2-guy special. You think I'm the MC of your orgy? She begged. Jake, one more chance. I'll change, we'll start over. I shook my head. Britt, every time I see you, I see those 7 times. Trust isn't a toy, once it's broken, it's done. She grabbed my arm, sobbing, but I pulled away, stood up. Sign the papers, Britt. Don't make this worse. I walked out, her wails behind me. I didn't look back. I couldn't. A week later, Brittany's parents called, asking me to their place in Bellevue. I didn't want to go, but the Harpers had always been good to me, so I went. Mr. Harper, voice low, said, Jake, we're sorry. Brittany's a mess, but we're worried about her. Mrs. Harper pushed, can you forgive her? She's falling apart. I was polite but firm, with all due respect, ma'am, Brittany chose this path. I'm not her drama's babysitter. Mr. Harper nodded, hugged me. I get it, Jake. Take care. I left, relieved but still hurting. Then the drama peaked. Todd sent me a TikTok link. Brittany posted a video, looking rough, crying and begging me publicly. Jake, I messed up. I love you. Come back. With hashtag #polymistake. It went viral, millions of views, comments split, half backed Brittany, half called her cheater queen. Todd was hyped. Bro, make a roast video. The world'll eat it up. I shut it down. Todd, I'm not doing TikTok drama. I just want beer and peace. I focused on me, gym, work, dipping my toes in dating, just coffee with some girls from work, not ready for more. Brittany kept sending long emails about regret, but I marked them spam. Todd said, you're a beast, bro. I'd get revenge by banging the city. I laughed. Todd, you've been doing that since college. The divorce is still in progress, but in my head, Brittany's history. She emails weekly, all Jake, I'm in therapy, I've changed. I don't reply. The Brittany I loved, the girl who giggled when I spilled coffee on my shirt, is gone, replaced by a stranger chasing poly art. I don't hate her, but I can't forgive. 7 times wasn't an accident, it was a choice. I'm not here to whine, but to share a lesson. Marriage doesn't need spice, just honesty. If your wife mentions poly, don't be me, waiting for proof. Run. Run fast. I lost 6 years but got my freedom back. Now I'm in a new apartment, hitting the gym, sipping beers with Todd, learning to love myself. Dating? Not yet. I just dumped my wife, not my beer. Life ain't perfect. Some nights, I dream of Brittany, but I wake up, blast Spotify, and remember I'm worth more than 7 betrayals. Brittany wanted an open marriage, I just wanted to open a beer. And that's enough. Yo, ever been betrayed? Your spouse ever asked for spice? Drop a comment, I need drinking buddies. If you dig this story, smash that like button, subscribe, and tell me what you'd do in my shoes. Revenge on Tinder or chill with a beer? Catch you later, Seattle. The story of Jake Miller and Brittany Harper reflects real issues in modern relationships in the United States, where social media culture, work pressures, and trends like polyamory can shake the foundation of a marriage. Brittany was swayed by Chloe and TikTok videos glorifying a free love lifestyle, showing the influence of social media and shaping thoughts, especially in cities like Seattle, where people are easily swept up in modern trends. Brittany's suggestion to open the marriage without discussing it with Jake beforehand, followed by her cheating with 3 men 7 times, is evidence of a lack of communication and respect, 2 core elements of any relationship. Jake, though heartbroken, chose to protect his values by pursuing a divorce instead of accepting a marriage shattered by broken trust. The lesson here is, honesty and open communication are irreplaceable. In the context of the US today, where Tinder, Instagram, and online forums can fuel temptations, couples need to set clear boundaries and be upfront about their needs. If Brittany had shared her feeling of missing spice earlier, Instead of following Chloe and TikTok, they might have found a solution together, like taking a trip or joining a cooking class. Jake's actions, moving his belongings, hiring a lawyer, and not turning back despite Brittany's belated apologies, remind us that self-respect is more important than trying to save a broken relationship. Listen to your instincts, like Jake did when he suspected Brittany was sneaking around on Tinder, and don't be afraid to walk away when trust is betrayed. If you've ever been burned by spice like I was, hit subscribe and share your story in the comments. Thanks, you all. Catch you in the next video with more drama than Brittany's TikTok.